5 players that we feel like will have a breakout season in 2026, and you can take it defensively, offensively, special teams, whatever the case may be. Just 5 players that we feel like could have a breakout season this
Dude,
year.
I'm pulling. I mean, just I'm kid in the candy store. I'm grabbing the easy stuff, right? I really am, because if he stays healthy, there's absolutely no way my number one guy is Ethan Davis. You've seen flashes of it when he was healthy, and there was absolutely nobody else in the room last year. I mean, think about the Florida game, and you're like,
Yep.
oh yeah, that dude's a dog. And that's somebody that we've been waiting on to get healthy, and he's come around as a player. If he can stay healthy this year, without a doubt, he's the guy. And he is such an athlete. I cannot wait for him to explode in this offense.
Yep. So that's your first one there, Ethan
That's
Davis.
my first one. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
understand. That's probably one
No.
of your guys. But, like, there is absolutely no way he doesn't explode. There's no way.
No,
Like,
you're,
and I'm
you're
saying,
right.
like, genuinely, potentially the best tight end in the SEC.
Oh yeah, he absolutely could be, and talent wise, he probably is. It's just a matter of, as you mentioned, if he can
Staying
stay healthy
healthy.
or not.
That's right.
Yeah, and I really don't have a 1 through 5 here. I'm just these
Oh,
are
well,
5 guys.
that's on me. I'm sorry.
That,
It's
no,
whatever.
no, 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 no. You're good.
Yeah,
You're
good.
good. But
I'm good. I'm chilling.
one of the guys that I think could absolutely have a breakout year. I already mentioned him earlier. Javon Gordon, the transfer from Tulane. I
Yep.
mean,
I was going to
obviously,
say the backup running back, whoever that ends up being. I think you're right. It's probably going to be Gordon.
obviously, Deshaun Bishop, he's RB1. He's going to get the majority of the carries, but
Yeah, but
he's not going to play the full game. I mean, they're going to sub out basically drive by drive to make sure that their backs stay healthy and stay fresh. And I really do feel like I do think it's going to be a 2A, 2B situation with Javon Gordon as well as Dewan Morris. But I do think that the experience that Javon Gordon has will probably end up putting him just slightly ahead of Dewan Morris to start the season. And I feel like that the snaps that he gets and just his ability to break out, I feel like he could have a breakout season behind Deshaun Bishop this season.
I like it. I like it. My number 2 guy, I'm going to go defensive here. My number 2 guy, I think I am going to call out a specific player because that's what you asked me to do. And that is going to be... I mean, I have to go with him because I already said it like in a previous... I think I said it like 2 weeks ago and we said we were going to do... It's Idris Farouk. But like... I already feel like he kind of made a splash last year, but I feel like that dude's going to absolutely ball this year. I mean, the confidence that he gained as a freshman last year, I think he was a redshirt freshman last year. I could be wrong. How old is he?
Let's see.
I am actually.
He's a true junior this year, so he was a sophomore last year.
Okay, so he was a true sophomore, not a redshirt freshman. Okay, so yeah, but I mean, the experience that he gained last year and the way he played, I mean, a lot like Ty Redmond, man. I mean, I felt like kind of in the beginning of the year, he just kind of struggled a little bit, but you kind of knew from the very beginning, I'm like, hey, that's one of our harder hitting defensive backs, and we actually were able to retain him this year. He's a great defender, pass deflector, plays the ball very well. Really intrigued to see our safety, Idris Farouk, ball. And fun fact, doing a job right now in Gatlinburg for a Farouk. And no, they're not related, but I thought that was kind of cool.
That is pretty cool there.
Right? I had to ask. I was like, hey, are you? And he was like, no. I was like, all right. All right. Who's your next guy?
All right. So I'm also going to go defensive side of the ball here. Another defensive back. I'm going to go with transfer TJ Metcalf from Michigan.
Ooh.
He was very, very good for Michigan last year. That was a big get out of the transfer portal for Tennessee.
Yeah,
I believe he was all Big Ten last year, maybe second team, but I know he made one of the all Big Ten teams. But former 5-star, I believe, or he might have been a very high 4-star from Birmingham, Alabama. I feel like that this guy, he's going to go out there and he's really going to anchor Tennessee's defensive back group. I believe he's the corner. His brother also came over from Michigan. Tavis Metcalf. One of them is a safety and the other is a corner. And I think TJ is the corner.
TJ is the safety on the depth chart of the magazine.
Okay. So I had them backwards. So I really feel that that's probably gonna be a guy that's gonna be battling for that star position more than likely. So I think that he could absolutely have
that is where Tevis or Tevis. How did you say his first name?
Tavis.
It could be Tavis. It's Tevis Metcalf. That is where he is at as the star, behind Trey Petit and Dylan Lewis, Isaiah Harge. But no, that's a solid pick.
Either way, TJ Metcalf, I think he's gonna have a fantastic season.
Alrighty. My number 3 guy, I'm gonna stick with it on the defense. I'm gonna go with a guy that I don't necessarily know if it's gonna work out, but I know we're gonna need it to work out, and that is. And I wanted to go a different direction, but he's already shown me health issues in the spring, so I'm gonna go to the other side. But Tyree Weathersby, we absolutely need a dog on the end. We've had one the last couple of seasons. Who is it going to be? Who's going to step up this year and be that kind of guy? I need it to be Tyree Weathersby. I really do. I think he's bound to have a great year. He's wearing a good number 18, I believe, this year. Go be a dog. Go get the quarterback. Make life easy on the back 7.
That's a good pick right there.
Thank you.
So I'm going to go back over to the offensive side of things.
I wanted to do David Hobbs, but he already got hurt in the spring. So
yeah. I'm going to go over to the offensive side of the things. I was kind of narrowed down between 2 different wide receivers here. And
I wonder which one.
I think I'm going to go with the one I actually did a video on not too long ago who had a kick return against Illinois in the Music City Bowl. I'm going to go with Joakim Dotson, the redshirt freshman wideout from Baylor School. He did come onto the scene in that Music City Bowl. He was the kickoff returner in that game, returned the kickoff for a touchdown, ended up giving Tennessee a lead. Unfortunately, a lead that they would eventually lose on that field goal. But he showed flashes whenever he got into the game last season. I believe he was one of the few wide receivers that actually stayed healthy in last year's wide receiver group as far as the freshmen went. So over Darius Jackson, he had some injuries at times. Travis Smith Jr. also had some injuries at different times. So I think I could be wrong on that Joakim Dotson was one that stayed healthy. He was just, behind Mike Matthews, behind Braylon Staley, behind Chris Brazel, and didn't really see a whole lot of meaningful snaps. But when he got into the game, he made his presence known at different times. I think that he could absolutely have a breakout season this year. I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see who's going to get that wide receiver 3 spot because Braylon Staley and Mike Matthews are back. It's almost a guarantee that the 2 of them are going to be starting. So who's going to be that wide receiver 3? Is it going to be Joakim Dotson? Is it going to be Travis Smith?
I don't think
going
it'll
to be Darius Jackson, or is it going to be true freshman? And the name is blanking me at the moment. Yes, Tristan Keys.
Yeah, I was just about to say I don't think Dotson will be in the running for that 3 spot only because he is I believe our starting returner. And I don't think you're going to put a guy that's going to start on that 3 spot at wide receiver as your lead return man. But
well, you know what? I'm going to completely change what I was just saying. Obviously with that, with that return that he had last season, I'm just really, really excited to see what he's going to do in that return game.
But to be honest with you, he could be that guy. I mean, look at it. Tennessee's always had a prolific return game. Mm-hmm. Could he be that next guy? Could he be that next guy where when he catches the ball, you're like, oh, this kid literally could take it anytime?
Yep.
He could be. I mean, that was crazy against Illinois when he fumbled rooskied and then picked it up and just took it along the sideline. I mean, it was kind of like an easy run. It was crazy, and he just outran him, and he was gassed at the end of it. It was kind of funny to see that, but no, I mean, I don't mind the pick, but I think you're right. Between Tristan Keys, and I shouldn't even named him first. He was just first on the list. Darius Jackson, Travis Smith Jr. is probably going to be the ones leading that battle for that. And then you've got, obviously, Tristan Keys, who's going to be right there close with them. But as a true freshman, I just don't know. Darius Jackson, man, That is actually my number 4 guy, Rodarius Jackson. I think that dude's going to splash on the scene.
So we were kind of on the same wavelength there because he was the other guy I was trying to team with.
He is primed. It's either him or Travis Smith Jr., but I think Rodarius Jackson, in my opinion, in practice that I've seen in spring, he looks like the guy. And when you can kind of just tell when somebody looks apart. Rodarius Jackson seems like he's going to fit that role. I'd like for him to maybe get that chance, but honestly, I think you're kind of, I don't really, you're slicing frog hairs between those two guys. Either way, Rodarius Jackson is the name that I'm going to stretch out there and say, hey, this is a guy we haven't really seen a lot of, but could absolutely have 800 yards at the end of the year. Could be a game away from a 1,000-yard receiver, type guy.
Yeah.
So Rodarius Jackson for me is my number 4.
Yeah, my last 2, and I'm going to give one, and then you can go, and then I'll give my last one.
Well, thank you. That's how we've been doing it, so I appreciate it.
But my last 2 are both going to be on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, see, my last one is an absolute wild card. Could be a complete bust, could be an absolute home run. So,
that
should have narrowed it down very nicely.
First one that I'm going to give out is Ethan Utley. I think that guy, you mentioned
Tyree Weathersby.
That you feel like Tyree Weathersby could be, that defensive line guy that could really break out. I think that Ethan Utley in his second year in this defense under new defensive coordinator, I feel like he could have a breakout season. He's probably going to anchor that interior part of the defensive line. He is listed at 6'4", 285. But he did come in last season at different times and really made a splash. And I feel like that having that season under his belt gives him a lot of confidence. And I feel like he could really have a breakout season this year.
I like it. My number 5 guy. Like I said, wild card, but I'm going to go a right tackle, Oriah Williams. I'm joking. I'm not doing that. I wanted to show the guys on the line some love, okay? I do feel like they deserve it, but when you say breakout player, I'm just sorry, my mind just doesn't go there. But I wanted to show them love. So, psych, I do think he's going to have a great year. He's going to be right tackle. But without further ado, Fajon Brandon, your quarterback for the Vols, I think is going to have a breakout year. That is my bold prediction. I have no inside knowledge on that. Yes, I went to a practice, but I can promise you on everything only, they didn't give out any indication of whether or not who's going to be starting as a quarterback. But I just have a gut feeling, an inside feeling that Fajon has done enough already to really put his leadership in role, I guess, gain the respect of his teammates, and really gain the confidence from his teammates to take over this role. And at the end of the day, you got to go get it. I think Fajon's done that. And I think he's also put the work in. I think this is what's helping him the most. As much work as he's put in on the field, he's put in twice as much work off the field to get his body and his mind right for game days. And so I think, with that being said, I think Fajon's going to be your starter quarterback. I think he's going to have an absolute ball this year and have a great, great season. I think you're going to see the quarterback run game come back. I really do.
That would be nice to see.
We haven't really had it with Joe Milton. Didn't really have it with Joey. I think you're going to have it with Fajon.
Yeah, and I kind of lean with you that I think that Fajon will be the starting quarterback this fall. So I think that your bold prediction could come true on that one.
I want all the credit. Don't do that.
No, I'll give you the credit on that one because I'm not going to go with a quarterback as my last one. I'd already said defensive side of the ball, and I think that Jaden Harmon is going to have a breakout season this year. You mentioned the linebacker group is deep. It is deep this year. I mean, you've got Arion Carter coming back. He's obviously going to be the heart and soul of that defense. Your captain.
The page I was on has Arion Carter. You're right. Heart and soul. You thought you lost him, and he came back miraculously. Jeremiah
Thielander.
Edwin Spillman. Jaden Perlotti.
Yep.
Jaden Harmon. Is this Jordan Burns? TJ White and Braden Rouse, the two guys, the true freshmen that are coming in, that they were 2 of the top 5 linebackers in the class last year. And then who was I thought we had, is it Amara Campbell? Amari Campbell? Yeah,
Yes,
linebacker.
Amari Campbell.
Yeah,
Actually,
Amari Campbell came in here.
I got it mixed up who I was talking about. It was Jaden Perlotti I meant to say instead of Jaden Harmon. I do think Jaden Harmon.
nuts. That's
No,
crazy.
I do think that Jaden Harmon could also have a good season, but it was
When you
Jaden
said it, I thought
Perlotti
you were
that I
talking
was
about
thinking of.
Perlotti. Yeah, because
Yeah.
Perlotti kind of splashed the scene late in the year last year. Kind of like a lot like, who is the linebacker that blew up against Clemson? Oh, my goodness.
Oh shoot! Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about. Aaron Beasley.
Thank you. I'm like, I
Aaron
literally
Beasley,
can see
yes.
him right now. And I'm like, well, I'm not blanking on the name. But, like, he's kind of like, Jaden Perlotti, I feel like kind of did a lot like what he did, right? Where you
Yes.
just make a splash at the end of the season, build that momentum up, and then you know you're gonna come in and be that guy. The only problem with Perlotti is typically I would think that way. But dude, none of these dudes left. Like,
No, exactly.
so
But, yeah,
here's my
Perlotti's-
biggest concern with the linebacker room.
Mhm.
I'm afraid that T-Lander is going to have to step his game up, or he will get jumped in the depth.
That's
chart.
that's the thing
Like
about
T-Lander's
this
going to have
season.
to play his best ball.
I feel like the linebacker group is one of the deepest position groups this
Without a
season,
doubt.
and we have not been able to say that.
We're going to have
in
three
previous
linebackers on the
years.
field. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we talk about the star position may not even be a thing because we're going to have three linebackers. Like, I don't know. Like, it's going to be crazy. We're going to see how it unfolds.
Yeah.
We may run three down linemen and just do three linebackers and then do your five defensive backs. Do a 3-3-5. I don't know. I'm very intrigued to see how we run our defense.
Yeah, so no, you're 100% right. If Jeremiah T-Lander cannot step up and show that he is one of those better linebackers, he's going to get jumped by somebody. And as I mentioned, Jaden Perlotti is who I meant instead of Jaden Harmon, but
Fumbled the
Perlotti,
bag.
you mentioned, I did, I fumbled hard on that one. But Jaden Perlotti, he came on late in the season last year, stepped up when he needed to as a true freshman, and you want to talk about a hard hitter. That dude is a ball hawk. He's going after it every single time. And just his raw talent, yes, he was in the wrong place. Sometimes he would make the wrong read, but just his raw talent, his skill set, his speed really can get him caught up to a play that he made the wrong decision on, that he was a little bit behind, something like that. So I feel like that another year of experience, and Jaden Perlotti could have a breakout season in his true sophomore year. Granted, he's going to have to step up his game a little bit to be able to get that playing time that he probably wants because of the experience that's ahead of him. But that is a viable option as far as a backup linebacker right now.